A compass is a device that indicates direction. It is one of the most important instruments for navigation. Historians think China may have been the first civilization to develop a magnetic compass that could be used for navigation. Chinese scientists may have developed navigational compasses as early as the 11th or 12th century. Western Europeans soon followed at the end of the 12th century. A compass is a device that indicates direction. It is one of the most important instruments for navigation. Magnetic compasses are the most well-known type of compass. They have become so popular that the term compass almost always refers a magnetic compass. While the design and construction of this type of compass has changed significantly over the centuries, the concept of how it works has remained the same. Magnetic compasses consist of a magnetized needle that is allowed to rotate so it lines up with Earth's magnetic field. The ends point to what are known as magnetic north and magnetic south. Scientists and historians don't know when the principles behind magnetic compasses were discovered. Ancient Greeks understood magnetism. As early as 2000 years ago, Chinese scientists may have known that rubbing an iron bar, such as a needle, with a naturally occurring magnet, called a lodestone, would temporarily magnetize the needle so that it would point north and south. Very early compasses were made of a magnetized needle attached to a piece of wood or cork that floated freely in a dish of water. As the needle would settle, the marked end would point toward magnetic north. As engineers and scientists learned more about magnetism, the compass needle was mounted and placed in the middle of a card that showed the cardinal directions, north, south, east and west. A spearhead and the letter T, which stood for the Latin name of the north wind, tramontana, signified north. This combination evolved into a fleur-de-lis design, which can still be seen today. All 32 points of direction were eventually added to the compass card. Historians think China may have been the first civilization to develop a magnetic compass that could be used for navigation. Chinese scientists may have developed navigational compasses as early as the 11th or 12th century. Western Europeans soon followed at the end of the 12th century. In their earliest use, compasses were likely used as backups for when the sun, stars, or other landmarks could not be seen. Eventually, as compasses became more reliable and more explorers understood how to read them, the devices became a critical navigational tool. Some compasses do not use Earth's magnetism to indicate direction. The gyro compass, invented in the early 20th century, uses a spinning gyroscope to follow Earth's axis of rotation to point to true north. Since magnetic north is not measured, variation is not an issue. Once the gyroscope begins spinning, motion will not disturb it. This type of compass is often used on ships and aircraft.